The Defenders trailer is out, and we've got 8 details that you may have missed on today's Nerdist News. Defenders Assemble! This morning, Netflix dropped its first full trailer for The Defenders, the show that will unite the streaming network's 4 MCU-based heroes, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, into one big super team. Now, the trailer was so packed with cool details that you may not have caught them all on first viewing, but no worries. We here at Nerdist got the street-level smarts and the street-level heart to tell you everything you need to know about your favorite street-level heroes, and also some stuff about Iron Fist.
I'm Danny.
So let's bust open the door on the 8, not 7, not 9, but 8 things you missed in the Defenders trailer. Like any good mega franchise mega team up, the trailer for The Defenders starts off by reminding you who these characters are and why you should care about them. Jessica appears to be in hot water once again for her hot-headed investigation techniques. Matt Murdock is still Hell's Kitchen's star defense lawyer. Luke and Claire are still getting coffee together, and Iron Fist, well, everyone is still treating Iron Fist like a big joke, so just like old times.
I'm the immortal Iron Fist.
You what?
But there are a few little clues you may have missed that give us an even better picture of the MCU's current street-level status quo. For starters, Pop's barbershop still appears to be shuttered after getting destroyed at the end of Luke Cage, and we're guessing that's something Luke is still feeling pretty guilty over. Jessica continues to struggle with some inner demons, as we can see from the empty drink in her hand. Colleen Wing has yet to get entirely fed up with Danny Rand's culture-appropriating bullshit, because we can briefly see the two of them slipping into a building to do a little investigating, complete with Colleen's trademark katana. And then there's this dude in the gas mask. Now, since this is the darker, grittier side of Tony Stark's New York, there is a chance that this is just some Walter White wannabe they're clearing off of the street, but we also think the gas mask could denote something more sinister, like maybe he's working to develop a poison gas or some other similarly supervillainous weapon. The trailer also features a few nice visual callbacks to the previous MCU Netflix shows, the big one being this spot-on recreation of a thug breaking his fist against Luke Cage's bulletproof jaw. However, this time the fist is glowing because it belongs to Danny Rand, and it actually manages to do a little damage to Harlem's previously unharmable hero. And then, of course, there's hallways, because apparently every Marvel Netflix show is contractually required to have a bunch of scenes that take place in hallways. However, Aaron and I agree that that just makes sense because it's New York and people live in those f***ing hallways. Like, that's actually legitimately the size of their apartment. Just saying. Also, one cool thing here, however, is to see all the heroes working in tandem for the first time and watch as their 4 unique fighting styles all play off of each other. That has the potential to be one of the most interesting visual elements of the Defenders, so long as they don't hire the same fight choreographer that they used on Iron Fist. Now, if you're one of those people who complain about how the small screen MCU seems to have no connection to the big screen MCU, there may be a few things in this trailer that offer some hope. Like this shot where Luke Cage is being let out of prison with the Seagate logo on his jumpsuit, where he had been incarcerated and received his powers. Seagate is, of course, the maximum security prison known for holding some of the bigger bads of the Marvel Universe, including the villains from Iron Man 2 and 3, Justin Hammer and the Mandarin. Also, check out this big energy blast that manages to knock the Defenders right on their super asses. Not a shout out to anything specific in the MCU, but it definitely seems like something that you'd be more likely to see in the Avengers than in any of the Netflix series. And while we're on this topic of big bads, the Defenders have got a good one in Sigourney Weaver. She will be playing Alexandra, and if you've never heard of her, don't worry, you haven't lost any nerd cred. Alexandra is actually a brand new character created specifically for the series. Now, we don't know much about her right now, except that since she is being played by Weaver, we are already completely in love with her. Or as showrunner Marco Ramirez said in a recent interview, the character is an utter badass, the kind of person you can buy as the smartest person in the room, who you can also buy as a person holding a flamethrower. But whoever or whatever Alexandra turns out to be, we can't wait to find out more about her. And if you were bummed out about Elektra's death at the end of Daredevil Season 2, allow us to offer you a hand. Because it looks like the evil organization is working hard on bringing our favorite assassin in red back from the dead. possibly with the aid of some blood of the Beast, although the Beast hasn't really been referenced in Daredevil or any of the other Netflix MCU series as of yet. In the comics, it is a demon of unknown origin who guides the Hand and is responsible for many of their mystical capabilities, including the power of resurrection. And since these shows have been slowly injecting more magical elements into their storylines, this would be a good time to let the Beast emerge in full. And finally, we'll leave you to ponder this. If the Avengers taught us anything, it's that if you want to really unite a team of squabbling superheroes, it takes a lot of collateral damage. In other words, who will the Coulson of the Defenders be? Which beloved side character will be the one to bite the dust so Luke, Jessica, Matt, and Danny all realize that it's time to put differences aside and defend their little slices of Marvel's Manhattan? The safe bet seems to be Stick, but he could actually be more like the Nick Fury of the Defenders, the one to bring them all together in the first place. So we're guessing that if the show wants to go for maximum impact, they'll kill off Claire. After all, she's the one with the most connection to all four main characters, whose death would be equally felt by all of them. Now, don't worry about Rosario Dawson. The other lesson that we learned from the Avengers is that dying on the big screen is just a small stop on the road to your own television show. But what happens when you die in an MCU television show? Will Claire be getting her own web series? And while you're talking about that, what did you guys think of the new Defenders trailer? Are you excited to see them in action, even if Iron Fist is tagging along?
No, wait, I meant...
See ya. And is there anything that we totally missed? Let's discuss. Be sure to check out our May the 4th episode of Mothership this Thursday. We're going to be celebrating everything Star Wars. You can check it out on Nerdist YouTube, Geek and Sundry's Twitch, or join us over at ProjectAlpha.com.